Hi there, my name is Lisa Zapatelli and I'm one of the dietitians here at Access Norwest. And today, as part of the Hands Kai program, we are going to be doing a food demo on the Crustless mini quiche. So I have for you today some great healthy ingredients that I'd like to share with you. So we're going to saute 1/4 cup of sliced green onions, as well as we're going to saute in that same pan 1½ cups of shredded carrots. So that's about 4 small carrots or 2 large carrots. So we're going to saute some of the garlic and the onions. So I'm going to turn on my heat to a medium temperature. And I used just under a tablespoon of oil. And I added the sliced green onions and about 1 clove of minced garlic. I'm going to saute that until the onions become very tender. So about 2 to 3 minutes. So we're going to add into the pan 1½ cups of the shredded carrots. We're going to saute the carrots with the green onions until the carrots become soft. So it's about another 2 to 3 minutes. So for the recipe, it calls for a tablespoon of non-hydrogenated margarine. On the other hand, you could also use a healthier oil. So I chose here a canola oil. The recipe calls for 5 large eggs that are beaten. So eggs are a great source of protein and it's a very inexpensive choice. If you decided to choose lower amounts of fat, you could always go with egg whites or an egg substitute product such as this one. So I have my 5 eggs in the bowl and I'm going to whisk them. So my eggs are beaten and they are ready to go. Next we have 1½ cups of shredded cheddar cheese. You can actually use whatever type of cheese you choose, whether it be Swiss cheese or mozzarella cheese or a marble cheese. One of the great things that we want to look for in cheese is to choose a lower percentage of milk fat. So for example, looking for a milk fat that's around 20% or less. So this is a great choice. It has around 21% milk fat. We do want to choose less total fat in our diet, but specifically the saturated fats. So we have our 5 eggs that we've beaten. Now we're going to be adding our lower fat cheddar cheese. I'm also going to be adding the cornmeal, which is 1/3 cup of the cornmeal. So the cornmeal is going to help to give the muffins some consistency and also that really great texture. Next, we're going to be adding our spices. So we have a teaspoon of the dried basil, we have a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg and black pepper, and we have a 1/4 teaspoon of our substitute product called Mrs. Dash. So I decided to use Mrs. Dash as a way to cut back on the amount of sodium. So if you have children, it's a really great idea to involve them in the kitchen. So they are really great at measuring out ingredients. So you can have them measuring out the spices as well as helping to grate the cheese and measuring out the cornmeal. Now we're going to be adding in our mixture of the carrots and the sauteed green onions. So we're going to add that all into the bowl. We're going to mix the mixture all together. We have some great color, but ways that you can put in a few more vegetables is that you could add in some diced red peppers. That would give it a lot of great color. So we're using mini muffin tins today, and I sprayed the muffin tins with a non-stick cooking spray. So we're going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees. So we're going to be putting the quiche into the muffin tins. So I'm using here a 1 tablespoon cookie measurement, and the cookie scoops help to get a really good even portion into each of the tins. So this gives us a perfect measurement for each of the mini quiche. So we made 24 mini muffin tins of the mini quiche. So we're going to put them into the oven at, like I said, 325 degrees for about 15 minutes or until they're set. When they're set, they look a little bit spongy on the top. So our quiche are ready. So we're just going to set them on our cooling rack. And wait until they are cool. So now we have prepared our crustless mini quiche. So the quiche is something really great to prepare in bulk. They freeze really well. So you can take them out and thaw them in either the fridge, or you can thaw them in the microwave and use them for lunch, or you can use them as part of a healthy meal. So when we're making a balanced meal, we want to try to include at least 3 of those 4 food groups. So choosing something like the quiche with some quinoa and a salad, that would give us at least 3 of those 4 food groups. If we wanted to include a glass of milk with it, we're getting then all 4 of the food groups. So I hope that you've learned something new, and thank you so much for watching our Hans Kai video on crustless mini quiche.